And welcome into the Spiel. We're glad you decided to join us today and every day. We've been doing this for a minute, I guess. We're also, if you're unfamiliar, please familiarize yourself. We're also doing a podcast, and that podcast is called Market Abilities. You can find that where, Lucas?
You can find that on YouTube, Facebook,
All those
Instagram,
places.
Spotify,
Yeah.
iTunes. It's everywhere.
Did you like how I got that little plug in there for us?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. People need to listen to
They
it.
do need to listen. And the reason that I gave them that little plug is because I think we're breaking down like 44 questions or answers you should know when starting a business.
Yeah, I think we only got through like 6 on our
Right.
first episode.
Oh, I thought we were like 20 something. Okay.
No, I mean,
Well, since we're on the topic of lists, we do know that during the holidays, which we don't know when you'll be watching this show, but during the holidays and any time of the year, actually, sometimes people have a tough time in life. You know, they could get down, they could be missing a loved one, and it does happen more so around the holiday times when, you know, everybody seems to be so joyous, and if you're not, you question why.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually a little dangerous sometimes if you keep it all in.
that's right. So we have a list. We decided to bring it over from the way we do business at Market Abilities, and we have a list for you, and it's the simplest things can help change your day. So if you need to write these down, please do it. But number one, it is okay to talk to yourself. People, I do it. You know, people are like, well, are you answering yourself?
I talk to myself in the mirror sometimes.
What do you say?
I love you.
I love you.
Because you need to remind yourself that you love yourself.
That's right. You know, you've got to let yourself know that you're going to be okay. And I think looking in the mirror is a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely should.
You're good enough, you know, you can do this, you can get through this, because too many times people aren't hearing that, and it could make all the difference in your life. So definitely keep that in mind. This is a big one for me. Sometimes if you just walk outside and start to notice things that you don't notice on a daily basis, if there's a beautiful sky above, if there's a wonderful sunset, stop and enjoy those things, right? It changes my mood.
Yeah, so yesterday was a little bit nicer. It hasn't been as cold. So, and I noticed all the squirrels.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so cute and fluffy.
They are so cute.
But I'm still, I don't want to touch them.
Right. We've got, you got one? Give me one.
Yeah, so number 3 is write 50 times. So 50 things that you appreciate specifically. This has been like a game changer for me. I mean, in the last 2 years is I started writing, just journing, like not even really specifically writing anything, and just being grateful for what you have. And I think being really grateful for things that you aren't normally grateful for, because if you think about like car engines, like otherwise we'd be like Flintstones,
Right.
You know, but you don't think about, you're not grateful for your car engine every day, but it's
Water.
there. Yeah, water.
Having, you know, being able to go over to the tap. Water is a game changer. Man.
We're 70% water.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the other 30% is, and
Right.
at this
We
point I'm
probably
too
don't wanna
scared to
know.
ask.
Right. Well, here's something that you may not think about. You know, you definitely try to take care of your loved ones and those people around you and family members. Bless a stranger. You'll be surprised the look on their face. And even if you're holding the door for someone, or, you know, noticing that they need assistance carrying something, or helping someone, you know, across that crosswalk there, just bless a stranger in some way. And I think you'll be blessed as a result. Yeah. What else you got?
This one is to choose your story. So whenever someone asks you how you are, you should already know what you're going to say. Instead of just saying good or fine or okay, you can say like stupendous.
Right. I love that. And the other thing is, remember to stop. And how many times do we say, how are you? And you keep walking. How many people stop to hear the answer?
Not many.
Right.
Me specifically.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you'd be a stopper. I thought you'd stop.
I'll stop if you look sad.
Right. If you look sad.
If you're not showing it, then I ain't helping.
Yeah, but we want you to take care of yourself. Don't be afraid to thank yourself. You know, Snoop Dogg did a great job of that. I'd like to thank me, right? You know, I mean, but really give yourself some credit, because you are making a difference, even if you don't think so. What else?
So number 7 is ask.
That's hard.
ask.
That's a hard one.
Yes, I think it's it's hard for a lot of people, and I think especially for men too, because we're always want to like, we'll figure it out.
Right.
But oftentimes I just need to ask, specifically my wife for help, and then she usually does it better than me.
Love that.
And that's biblical.
Yeah, totally.
Ask and you shall receive.
Absolutely. And then, graciously say, yes, thank you. Maybe I do need some help. And I think that's so tough. But really, I don't think a person would offer if they didn't want to help. So next time somebody says, can I help you? Or what can I do for you? Let them know.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
I need $10,000.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a great show. The stage is already set. Look, we have a theater production that's going to blow you away. It's really eye-opening, and it makes you think about some things. So we want you to stick around for that. As if Bradley Cooper wasn't enough, Tim Estilos has got Bradley Cooper and his co-star, Carey Mulligan, and they're going to be talking about this phenomenal depiction of Maestro. It's the movie, and I believe we have the director and some of the other cast members as well. We have Dustin Coleman in the house performing some music. He is on for us today. Miss Illinois is here. I wonder how big her crown is. So maybe she'll let me wear it. I can only hope. And Walker came up with Don't Nog It. So Prairie Farms, the sponsor of our cooking segment, they make all these fantastic holiday nogs, eggnog, chocolate nog, any kind of nog you can think of. So we're going to sample those and let you know our favorites. So we want you to stick around. Don't miss it. It's going to be a positive show. It's going to be a great one, and we'll be right back.
Right back.
Right back.
Julia, can you read? I'll give you some candy when I make it.
All right. Dear sweet molasses, my darling wife.
Yes, honey. Thank you.
Somewhere at some time on the high sea, I take my pen in hand. Well, anyway, this indelible pencil.
I hope he didn't put it in his mouth.
I be missing you all the time.
And we miss you.
Sorry we did not have our picture taken.
Didn't have the money.
Would like to show off one to the men and say, this is my wife and child. They always be showing pictures.
I'm gonna send you one, darling.
I recall how we used to take a long walk on Sunday afternoon, then come home and be loving each other.
I recall.
The government people held up your allotment.
Do Jesus.
They have many papers to be signed, pink, blue, and white, also green. Money can't be had till all papers match. Mine don't match.
Takes a while.
Here's 10 cash dollars I hope will not be stole.
I got it.
Go to Merchant Marine office and push things from your end.
Monday, Lula, let's go Monday.
I gotta see Nelson march in the parade.
They say people now dropping in the street, dying from this wartime influenza. Don't get sick. Buy tonic if you do. I love you.
Gotta buy a bottle of tonic.
Sometimes people say hurtful things about what I am, like color and race.
Well, you tell him you my brown-skinned Carolina daddy. That's who you are.
I wish I was there.
I try not to hear, because I do want to get back to your side. 2 things a man can give the woman he loves. His name and his protection. The first you have, the last is yet to someday come. The war is here, the road is rocky. I am ever your loving husband. October.
Thank you, honey. I wish I had your education.
I only went through 8th grade. Name and protection. I know you love him.
Yes, I do. If I was to ever see October in bed with another woman, I would not even believe it, because I trust him more than I do my own eyesight. Y'all don't believe me, do you?
I know how much a woman can love. 2 things a man can give.
Name and protection. I wouldn't live with no man. Men have to marry me. Man that's not married to you thinks nothing of you, just using you.
I've never allowed anybody to use me.
Maddie, looks like rain.
Man can't use a woman unless she let him.
Well, I read your letter. Good day.
Wait, did I hurt your feelings? Tell me, what did I say?
You never know when to stop.
I've been keeping company for a long time, and we're not married.
For how long?
10 years. 10 full, faithful years.
You got a wife?
No.
He not married, work on him. Cut a piece off your shirt tail and sew it to your petticoat. It works. And get Fanny to read your tea leaves. She's an old bitch, but what she sees in the teacup is true.
Thank you, Maddie.
Let's pray on it, Miss Julia. God bring them together in holy
Miss
matrimony.
Lula, please don't. You know it's against the law for black and white to get married. My friend is white, and that's why I try to stay to myself.
Guess we shouldn't have disturbed you.
But I'm so glad he did. Oh, the things I could tell you about being lonesome and shut out. Always moving from one place to another, looking for some peace of mind. I moved out in the country, pretty but quiet as the graveyard. So lonesome. This one year, I moved into this lovely colored neighborhood, but they couldn't be bothered with me, you know? I once lived near sporting people. They were kindly, but I'm not a sporty type person. But then I found this place. It way in the backyard, so quiet. Didn't find another soul. And that's why I thought y'all wanted to tear down my house this morning, because you might have heard about me and Herman. And sometimes, well, people judge. And they can't help judging you.
Darling, we all do things we don't want to do sometimes. Take him for all he's got. If you don't, somebody else will.
No, you got no use for him, so don't take nothing
He's
from him.
taking something from her.
Have faith. You won't starve.
Let him froth at the mouth. Let him die in the poorhouse, bitter till he gone.
A white man is something else. Everybody knows how that low-down slave master sent for a different black woman every night for his pleasure. That's why none of us is the same color.
And right now, today, they are mean, honey. Their nose is pinched so far they can't breathe. It makes them mean. And their face is so hard and so flat. No roundness, no sweetness. They can't even carry a tune.
I couldn't stand wanting him to touch me intimate no matter what he'd give me.
But Miss Lula, you don't understand. Maddie, the way you and your husband feel about each other, that's the way it is with me and Herman. He loves me. We just love each other. That's all. We just love each other. And one day, as soon as we're able, we have to leave here and go to where it's right, where it's legal for everybody to marry. That's all we want, to be man and wife, like you in October.
Well, I have to cut out 6 dozen paper roses today.
And I have to make another batch of candy so I can feed me and Tita till October come home. Thanks for reading the letter.
But Maddie, Miss Lula, I wanted to tell you it's been 10 years and why we haven't.
Good day, Miss Julia.
Well, that's always the way. Why am I standing in the backyard explaining my life? Stay to yourself, Julia Augustine. Stay to yourself. I gotta climb my way to glory. I gotta climb it for myself. Ain't nobody here can climb it for me. I gotta climb it for myself.
Man, that was so good.
My name is Taylor Bodner, and I see pediatrics. I have 6 children of my own. I love kids, and I treat any patient that walks through the door like a child of my own.
There's multiple pediatric providers to choose from that are going to provide great care for your kids.
One of the special things about our organization is that we take all patients.
If you don't have a provider to see your kids, come see one of our pediatric providers at CRHPC. CRHPC.
CRHPC.
CRHPC.
The Southern Illinois Tobacco Disparities Partnership is a 3-year grant through the Illinois Department of Public Health.
Southern Illinois has higher rates of tobacco use in the lower 16 counties, nearly double that of those throughout the state.
So the mission is to actually reduce those disparities that are associated with tobacco use as well as vaping.
Tobacco use is the leading cause of preventable death in Southern Illinois and actually in the U.S.
We want to help students when they come right out of high school. We want to get them through that 2 years and get them into a career or get them onto a transfer. But we're also here for the adults, like I was. You know, I always knew I wanted to have choices and do different things. I went to apprentice school, I went to lineman's school, and then having the education expanded on that. Come and visit us online, come visit us in person. I would always encourage people to check out the website and look at the events page and see what's happening and what's coming up.
Hattie and Dirk were inspired by a greedy garden shop owner and a friend who was less fortunate than them. They decided they should be growing pumpkins themselves that they could sell at a lower cost. So that's what they proceed to do. What I want with these books is for a mom to feel like she can pick up the books, she can trust what is in there. A grandmother can purchase these books. They're clean, they're wholesome. You're gonna feel good about your kids reading these stories.
So what an art form to see those young ladies participate and be involved in theater to the degree that they're involved. And you've made pretty much a lifetime of this, or how long have you been? Okay, all right.
So I have been teaching at different universities across the United States now for almost 19 years.
Okay.
14 of those years have been at William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia. I've had the pleasure and honor to come and work with Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, the School of Theater and Dance, working specifically on this production of Wedding Band by Alice Childress.
It's incredible. We were blown away in just the short time that they were performing in front of our cameras. It truly is, it's a passion. It has to be for someone to be able to portray what those ladies did on stage. And you've made a career of this. One has to wonder why. How do you have a desire and where does it start when you go into the field?
So as a freshman at William and Mary, I took a class in African American theater history and performance. Okay. And at that time, we read a lot of literature, both from the field of African American theater and Black theater. And I'm taking the time to state those names as I have because there are distinctions between the two different forms. Yeah. I discovered that I had a passion for being able to tell stories in that particular medium. The class was set up such that we read a bunch of plays, we talked about them in the socio-historical context, and then we spent the second half of the semester producing scenes from each play. And so I was bitten, but not such to the point that I wanted to either major in theater or depart from the idea of going to law school. And then I said, you know what? I think I want to go to graduate school. I think I want to teach theater, and I want to be the kind of professor and mentor and director that many of my mentors had been for me.
That's awesome.
And I wanted to create opportunities for students of the global majority who were attending predominantly white institutions, to see themselves at the center of scholarly discourse, to see themselves at the center of cultural art, and to learn more about themselves in relationship to the world around them through that work.
Absolutely.
And so I've made a career of it, and I can't see myself doing anything else.
All voices heard, and I love you hear this all of the time, that a young child, their life can be changed because they attend a production and they look on stage and perhaps they see those ladies who are the same color as them and they're like, I too can do that one day. So I think that's very important, and kudos to you for also recognizing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, my first production was when I was living in England. Oh. I saw a show, Oliver. Mm-hmm. And what they were able to do there on the West End was amazing. And to see that entire world of Dickens kind of enveloped within that little bit of stage, I think I may have even been bitten then, but didn't know it.
That's awesome.
Right.
For those people who have never attended such a theater production and such, whether it's this one or another, it is important. And I'd like you to take this time to maybe invite individuals to come out and experience that for themselves?
Absolutely. Tickets can be purchased by visiting www.theateranddance.siu.edu, where you can learn more about the season. And there's a beautiful line in Wedding Band where Julia talks about rising above the dirt. Right. And I think given where we are as a society and the number of challenges we have faced, particularly in the last maybe 3 to 4 years, it's just a reminder of our common humanity, our desire to be in relationship and community with each other. And I think when we have come together as a group of individuals sitting in the theater, all focused on what is happening on stage at a given moment, that is when we are most unified. I think this show is going to inspire those who come to bear witness to the testimony.
Amen. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely. Same to you, and thank you for having us.
Absolutely. We'll be right back.
Yeah, Miss Illinois, we have an interesting relationship. So we met back at our undergrad last year. And so I was a senior last year at Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois. And so essentially she was actually my professor. And so before we had the relationship that we had today, obviously she was such a great professor. She was so good at teaching us and my fellow peers. When I found out that she was applying for medical school, and I was too, I had a big spark, and I was really excited because there's a potential chance that we could be medical students together if we were to apply to the same school. And so here we are a year later, and we're both at Southern Illinois University School of Medicine, and it's been a blast so far. And Miss Illinois is very inspiring, and she has been one of those people that I look up to for sure. And it's really nice because I can see her do her thing as Miss Illinois, being inspiration to people across the state, across the United States, as well as worldwide, but also be able to see her in the classroom and her and I learning together as we progress through the medical career.
What a diverse young lady, and maybe she doesn't even need any introduction there. Jessica, thanks so much for stopping by today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Miss Illinois, that's a big responsibility, but it's one that you're handling gracefully.
Thank you.
So yeah, you're, I tell you, first of all, your platform is touching to the point that I almost feel like we need to jump in there. And you've got this Donate Life, but it's just Donates Life.
Yes, ma'am.
Because it hits very close to home. If you don't know, the platform is a big part of this pageant system. So let's talk about that first. What is it that you're out there trying to share, the message you're getting out?
Donate Life is advocating for organ donation. It's something that I've actually done my entire life. It started with my grandpa. He had a genetic disease called polycystic kidney disease.
Wow.
And it's where the normal healthy nephrons in your cells turn these giant fluid-filled cysts. And I only met him because of an organ donor. He had an extra of almost 24 years, a few days shy, and I was able to be 16 when he passed away. So he saw me get my license and everything. And unfortunately, the disease didn't stop with him. So I grew up working Gift of Hope, Donate Life booths with my dad and my aunt, who also have the polycystic kidney disease. And then my sister, my youngest sister, has the disease, and so do both of my aunt's boys, my cousins. So yeah, I've been advocating since I was little for organ donation because I know it hits so close to my home. But there are over 100,000 families waiting for a life-saving organ. So I work with 5 national partners, and I travel across the Midwest talking to others about how it only takes 30 seconds to say, hey, I want to save the life of anyone else someday. I want to do something bigger than myself. And I
love this. Yeah.
I want to give the gift of eyesight to a newborn mother who just wants to see and hold her baby for the very
now
first
you're
time.
gonna stop. I wasn't prepared for that. Yeah, it doesn't take very long at all. I too have worked alongside that initiative. Just sign your license. What is it they say? You can't take your organs to heaven. Just leave them here because there's so many needs. And kudos to you for using such a wonderful platform. And it really helps when you win because then people are like, oh, okay, well let me listen to her. Because people. Here's the part I hate, and you hear this a lot about the pageant system. Oh, she's really pretty. Oh, she's pretty. They don't realize the depth and the work that goes into, what it is that you guys are trying to accomplish. The other thing that I really liked about you is that you worked 3 jobs when you were going to school.
Yes, ma'am.
You believe in working, and through hard work, you can accomplish anything. So talk about that journey of getting to this point.
Yeah, it's been so crazy. I actually just decided on a whim. I wanted to do it almost 2 years ago to the day. And I knew right then if I didn't sign up and take advantage of this opportunity, I would never. So I've won almost $16,000, which have paid for my medical school so far, which has been amazing. And I'm so blessed. Wonderful. And I'm hoping to win more scholarships at Miss America to potentially cover the rest of the costs.
So we do want to talk a little bit more about you adding something to your platform now. What is that?
Yeah, as I've grown through the Miss America opportunity, I wanted to branch out on what I'm doing and make it more feasible for women to compete and be in the position I am. Because as I've gone through this journey, I've realized that there are so many women who want to be where I am, but there are many financial barriers. So I started a series on creating different outfits to wear to appearances by me just going into Goodwill and picking out something from a secondhand store and completely transforming it for usually less than $20.
I love that.
Yeah, and I have a few saved up and I'll be posting them as I go to Miss America. So there's something to watch while I'm on stage and off. But I really like to keep this opportunity inclusive to everyone because the women who need these scholarship dollars most are often the ones that can't even afford to go on the stage.
Right. And that is unfortunately a reason that some people say, oh, I just couldn't afford that or whatever, but you're proof that you can. So talk a little bit about some of the high points on this journey thus far for you, like maybe something that you've gotten to experience as a result.
Yeah, my favorite memory is actually when Mr. McCaskey, so the chairman of the Chicago Bears, reached out to me and invited me to the Chicago Bears. I'm a die-hard Chicago Bears fan, so my jaw was on the floor, called my dad. My dad is a very non-emotional man.
Right.
He was so excited. Yeah. So that was really cool. We were able to go and meet him and get really nice seats to the game, and that just was the highlight. But also I do a lot of work with dialysis patients. I donate activities to them, people who are in end-stage kidney failure, and I've donated, it'll be close to about $15,000 when I go to Miss America with all the different packages I have. Yeah. And one particular stands out to me. I was donating it to the clinic where my grandpa went to have dialysis about a decade ago, and it was a man. He was in his 70s, upper 70s, and he told me that no one had ever taken the time to come in and actually acknowledge him. And he had been doing dialysis for 16 years, and this is the one thing that really just brightens up his whole day. And that just melted my heart and made everything that I'm doing so worth it.
Definitely. We've talked about it a little bit on the show today. It's just sometimes we think, oh, they're fine. That person's great. They're not.
Absolutely.
Everybody needs somebody, and the fact that you took time out of your day, I know, meant a lot. So I'm curious. We did invite you today to perform because we've been told by numerous people that whatever it is that you do as part of your talent, you're bringing audiences to tears everywhere. Are you doing that on purpose, or what is the?
I don't try to. My talent that I'm actually doing at Miss America, I'm the very first woman in history to do a flag color guard performance on stage in competition.
Okay.
So I'm really excited to do that and kind of bring recognition to the sport. It's a lot of hard work. I actually busted my finger open this morning practicing.
Gosh, girl.
Yeah, but it's really cool to show that representation because the arts a lot of times are passed to the side. It's always a singer and dancer that you see on stage. You're like, oh, I wish I would have, had vocal lessons or instrumental lessons when I was younger. Well, I never had that, and I also can't sing to save my life. So I worked my way up to captain, and then I coached it for 8 years. So I want to show girls that you do not need really any huge financial obligation to compete and be a part of this wonderful opportunity.
I think you're a force to be reckoned with. I'm a fan. You guys need to take a look at her social media and just see just how diverse she is. And what you did with those $6 jeans and that top. Come on, geez, that's a talent in itself. Is there anything else that you wanted to point out that I didn't ask you about? I think we did a pretty good job,
Yeah.
So we wish you the best. You're a shining example of what a young lady, at your age should be. And I sense that that the whole world is out there and there are so many possibilities, and we hope that you're able to seize much more of it.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. And we'll be right back.
Did you know your teenager's brain is more likely to get addicted to nicotine than yours? The tobacco and vaping industries do. They target teens with their products and try to cover up the fact that there's nicotine in them. They're trying to get your kids addicted and make them customers for life, but you can stop them. Talk with your kids about the real dangers of vaping. The tobacco and vaping industry sure won't.
Hi, I'm Alexanne with All the Right Spaces. We do custom woodworking throughout the home. All of our products are made specifically for your space. They can really be made any way that you want them made so that they fit into your home. This accent wall that we did here, it was customized to fit this space. All of our products are made to last a lifetime, and we do guarantee them. We don't do anything that we don't believe in. So we want to make sure that it's right and it's right for you and you love it when we leave.
If you're feeling stressed or anxious, quitting smoking may seem impossible. But even if you've tried everything, the Illinois Tobacco Quit Line can help. When you call, you're connected to a certified tobacco counselor like me. I understand. Having anxiety can make it harder to quit. So let's make a quit plan. Our free counseling and support can increase your chance of quitting successfully. Quitting can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression over time. Call now.
We have a policy where it's no insurance, no problem. That means that there's no barriers to getting medical help for those that need it. We also have a pharmacy that offers discounted prices or even sliding scale to those patients that aren't able to afford it otherwise.
We provide courier service to all of our facilities.
There's so many programs that they offer, whether the sliding scale or helping to get their prescriptions through the right clinic. That's all helpful in making sure that the whole picture is covered for their health care.
This is Dustin Coleman. This is a song off my latest album called There You Were, There I Was. Saturday night out on the town, me and my buddies making all around, trying out those pickup lines, nothing but having fun all night. Never thought I would be tied down. I wasn't much on hanging around. They say there's one for everyone in this life. Knew it was you when I saw you that night. We were slow dancing on our wood floor. But now held you, I just wanted more than a kiss, more than a number, more than me and you just using each other, more than a text or I'll call you sometime. More like something will make you mine. I was just a rebel boy now looking for love. When there you were, there I was. After the night you couldn't tear us apart, days turned into years since you stole my heart. It ain't all been easy, wouldn't trade it for nothing. 'Cause when I found you, my life became something. Once her love ain't just all good parts, it's how you work through when things get hard. Wouldn't want anyone else by my side. When times get rough, I just think of that night. We were slow dancing on our wood floor. When I held you, I just wanted more than a kiss, more than a number, more than me and you just using each other, more than a text or a call sometime. More like something will make you mine. I was just a rebel boy now looking for love. And there you were, there I was. Slow dancing on a hardwood floor. And I held you, I just wanted more. More than a kiss, more than a number, more than me and you just using each other, more than a text or I'll call you sometime, more like something will make you mine. I was just a rebel boy now looking for love, and there you were, there I was, and there you were, there I was.
Great song. Yes. That's very memorable. And we are spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen. We are really spieling it.
I know.
Today, like with Prairie Farms. There's a lot of goodness here. And we don't tell you often enough, but if you haven't, you need to visit their website because there are so many fantastic recipes. This one in particular, I noticed the peanut butter silk pie. And then you would want to, of course, serve it with like a dollop of that heavy cream on the side too after you've whipped that up. But it is a fantastic place to go for recipes. Oh, I guess we could issue a challenge.
We should.
Like if someone makes that, if you go to the website and you make that and send
Show
us a
your own.
photo.
Mm-hmm. I love it, yeah.
And then do we have them come on and make it here?
Why not?
That's a great idea. That's what we'll do. Okay, so if you go to their website and make the peanut butter silk pie and send us a photo, look, it's going to be tough to beat their photo, but if it beats this, you're going to be able to come on the show. The other place that we like to check out is underneath the seasonal products. And what did we find?
A bunch of really great things. So we have eggnog at the ultra high temperature, light eggnog, holiday custard at the ultra high temperature, and chocolate custard.
Okay. And we've decided, and I'm sure Prairie Farms is going to love this, don't nog it till you've tried it. Walker is so proud of himself. So we're going to do a little taste test because what we did was we decided to make our own little variation. So we've got the chocolate custard and the eggnog, but then we came in with a low-fat eggnog and we added a little bit of cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon.
Okay. And then this is we added a little bit of vanilla.
And I love that these are things you probably already have in your pantry.
Yes, look for nutmeg in your pantry. And if you'd like to go over to your bar and get like some spiced rum or whatever to go in eggnog, then it becomes an adult version.
And they give you recipes on it.
They do.
Yeah.
Things to do with nog. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to decide on the Spiel favorite. So we're going to go to break, and when we come back, we have some other little tips and tricks that you can use when you're hosting people in your home. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but it'll look like you did. So stay right there. One more. Walker, you'll have to try when you hand Rob the camera. Eggnog.
Hi, I'm Bradley Griffith. I am the director of Logan Fitness. We have so many different things to offer as far as the fitness center, the aquatic center, our classes. It's just a really great place to be.
It's a very friendly community. Everyone's very kind and welcoming here.
Everyone who's here is striving to better themselves. That's something that really drives me, and it's just an enjoyable environment to be a part of. I encourage anyone who has never been to Logan Fitness to come and give it a try because I know that they won't be disappointed.
I'm not telling you.
Is he cute?
You're so annoying.
Is it the boy that always talks to you?
Maybe.
Him?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
He's not popular, but I like that.
You just missed the tobacco industry's latest scam. Because you were supposed to.
Oh, mango-y.
Well, I think our biggest service that we offer is our customer service. We genuinely care about people, and the people that come in, like, we want to do the best that we can for them.
We really value the customer more than anything else, taking care of them and making them feel like, you know, they're at home when they come here.
Best feature about this bank is just its family environment. We're here to help you.
You are a customer that we want to know what you need and what kind of service can we give you to make it better. And our people are going to give the best service available.
Hi everybody, I'm Tim Estilos with the Spiel on Entertainment, and I'm here in Los Angeles, California to meet with the stars of the amazing new Netflix film, Maestro, about the life of famed music conductor Leonard Bernstein. And in just a few moments, we'll be hearing from its writer, director, and star Bradley Cooper, as well as his co-star Carey Mulligan, about how they brought this amazing life story to the big screen.
If summer doesn't sing in you, then nothing sings in you. And if nothing sings in you, then you can't make music. Something she told me.
Hello, I'm Lenny.
Hello, Felicia.
He can be the first great American conductor.
There's a price for being in my brother's orbit, you know that.
That was the whole reason why I wanted to make the film, was that this is something that I haven't. This is a relationship that in researching it realized that they're both true loves of their life, and wow, in such a sort of unorthodox way of what we think about a marriage and a relationship, and and knowing that to be honest to their relationship and to Lenny, it was going to be complicated.
Oh, she's so beautiful. Tell me about her.
Oh, she's wonderful. She's a lovely girl.
What age are we living in? One can be as free as one likes without guilt or confession. Please, I know exactly who you are.
And then in terms of the origin really, I did not know about Leonard Bernstein. I have an absolute obsession with fake conducting when I was a kid. I was just but I was obsessed with it, like oddly obsessed with it, and spent hundreds of hours conducting. So I always felt this sort of this calling, quite honestly. And then when there was a project about a conductor, I really fell in love and always had never given myself permission to dream that big, but writing and directing films. And I asked Steven Spielberg, who was in control of the property at the time, if I could maybe take that on. And that's how it began. And then I started to research, trying to figure out what's the script that I could write, what's the story that I felt that I could tell. And it was these two wonderful characters, Felicia and Lenny, and their relationship.
I'm thinking of a number.
Oh, I don't know. 9.
No.
5.
No, you have to think.
Sarah Silverman was talking about this last night. The joy in the way that Bradley made the film every day. Just so delighted to be doing it and to be making it and to be able to tell the story, and that was so infectious. So that part of it was only ever energizing to be around him. Bradley asked me to be a part of the film in 2018, so we started in 2018. We narrated Candide together in Philadelphia in 2019. We had, various. Every time I was in LA, and Tim Monick, the incredible dialect coach that we worked with, would be at Bradley's house. So I'd go over, and then we'd just start reading the script together. Josh Singer would come over, we'd start reading it. So there was just, and then we did this incredible dream workshop together. I think by the end of that, it was like that was it, really?
Yeah. I love doing research, never as much as this movie, because it was just so fascinating, you know, the people who were still alive who knew both Lenny and Felicia, Feleni and Isha. And that's what it feels like. They're so intertwined. I'm going to start saying that now. And you know, I would come away from a day of research just sort of filled with their energy. I mean, they really were very powerful people. And they were always spoken about as Lenny and Felicia. They never said Lenny and his wife. It was always clear that both had made an impact on people.
So how long do we have to do this for?
Oh, we need to build up a very strong connection. Are you itching to move?
No, I'm not.
Good.
Actually, at all.
I started working on Lenny's voices before A Star Is Born even came out, and it was Tim Monick, this incredible dialect coach that I started working with on American Sniper, and then we did Star Is Born and Nightmare Alley, and we have a wonderful just way of working together. And he moved in basically into my house in New York. We worked 5 days a week for 4.5 years once I moved to New York from LA, and we just until it was an organic thing where I could just inhabit the voice, that's the voice part. And then Kazuhiro, who's an incredible makeup artist, who we worked for years doing tons of tests way before we ever even started shooting, but tests on film where we would just keep working and refining the Lenny's look, even throughout the process of shooting the movie. You know, some people think when you go in the makeup chair you sort of fall asleep, but it was a very active morning. It was 5 hours of active work, but for the two of us, just, is this right? Maybe this could be better for tomorrow. Should we make a new mold? I mean, it was relentless.
And if nothing sings in you, then you can't make music.
For youth who use tobacco or e-cigarettes, we are promoting the My Life, My Quit program that's for ages 13 to 17.
We want to make sure that they don't start to become addicted to cigarettes or vaping.
We go into schools and do classroom presentations, or we do large assemblies like in the gyms to share information about how they can get help if they already have an addiction.
But really the thing is, we don't want our youth and young people to become addicted.
This year, it's going to be very interesting. Our flu season is also going to encompass lots of other viral illnesses.
We want to invite everyone to come out and get their flu shot so that you're protected from illnesses for yourself and those that you love.
We do have flu shots available.
We don't turn anyone away regardless of financial status or insurance. We're able to offer a sliding fee.
I think it's really important to make that accessible to anyone that is interested in receiving them.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. I've always had a goatee, and now I don't. And you lose a lot of things. You know, I didn't just lose my hair. Going through treatment, you can't be as active, and it's hard when you come home and, you know, Daddy, can you get on the floor and play with me today? And, you know, unfortunately, some days it's Daddy needs to go rest. I started smoking when I was 14 years old.
Hi, my name is Marlena Gentry, and I'm a nursing student at John A. Logan. I feel like it's more like a family. We really connect the students. We study together, we laugh together, we cry together, we get on each other. And then the teachers as well, they're just really easy to talk to, just helping you to grow. They want to give you everything you need to make it. John A. is good at just making sure that your needs are met, that they're giving you what you need to succeed. And they have so many different programs to help you do that.
In the past 50 years, we've made a lot of progress in smoking prevention. But if we don't do more, 1 out of every 13 children alive today will die early from smoking. That's 5.6 million precious lives we can save. Together, we can make the next generation tobacco-free.
So we are about to do-it-yourself flower decorating, and really all you need is your outside trees or your neighbors. We are in the woods, otherwise known as our parking lot. And so you just want to peruse around, kind of see what's available. You don't want to take anything obvious like this tree right here. So, as a tree lover, you don't want to like destroy the tree. So see how this one's already ripe for the taking? I like to kind of stick with whatever's going on naturally. And they already provided you with colors here. So we have our orange, red.
We do need to say a special thank you to our friends at Versa-tote by Jen & Co. Look at this. Okay, we were able to haul all this stuff in here by using these bags. And what's so cool about these bags, if you don't know, I think you can wash them, you can mix, match, you can change out the handles, and they're super duper easy. They've got these little, I mean, sometimes simple is best, right? These things just pop right in, you screw it in, you got a whole different look. And the other thing that I really like about this bag is, look at this, they have the little inserts. When you're that mother or that dad and you're really organized and you put everything in, you just plop it right in there, and then you got a whole other setup, get up, right? So we really love these. And if you notice, they were able to send things that would work well during the holidays. So did you see the way these things screw in? So here we go. Hang on, I'm gonna have this. This is how quickly you can change out these straps. I'm gonna show you. So look at this. You've got the strap, and you just pop in this little screw here. There you go. And you're twisting it right in. And look at that. Then all of a sudden you have a new look, a new tote. Of course, you'll wanna make that tight so you don't drop anything out of it. But yeah, we love that. So if you don't know, find out quickly, and you want to get yourself one of these. And if you've noticed, look down there, very, very elegant. Like if you're traveling, you've got some really nice straps there. Okay, so here's the deal. You're throwing a party and you want to make things look nice, and you don't want to spend a fortune, which is what it can cost you if you call on the florists and people to come in and make your event all that you want it to be. And we're going to show you just some little ways to make it look like you spent money without doing that, right? So we actually went to the store and purchased these. I think they're like $9 each today. But then, Ronnie, what did you do?
I ventured outside because oftentimes you can just find what Mother Nature has in store for you. We found some really awesome plant life here. We have some berries. You can even find sticks, twigs. If you don't have trees, maybe your neighbor does.
Love that.
All of that's from our studio lot, though.
That's good. And I think they have video. You didn't go into the neighbor's yard, did you? Because that could create problems.
I didn't.
So the one mistake I think people make, you've seen where you get the arrangement, and Rob says he's guilty of this. You get the arrangement, and you're like, oh, this is beautiful. Thank you so much. And you just plop it in the vase, right? Well, you don't want to do that for a couple of reasons. So when you get this, it's up to you whether or not you put the plant food in. I've heard everything from a teaspoon of Clorox to keep the water clean. Have you heard that?
I have not.
And it doesn't kill the plants, to a baby aspirin feeds them, but you can put this stuff if you want. And then with your roses, you want to start cutting them so they're going to fit in whatever container that you decide on. And I'm going to use a little one. You'll have a little larger one there. Ronnie wants to arrange there, but you want to find, anything that you have at home. There's a reason you don't throw these things away. You can make a nice arrangement. Some people like to go all out and they'll use tape. Have you guys seen that, where they make a grid and they pop the flowers down? But I think we can make a freestanding one fairly easily. So what you want to do is, you're going to figure out your sizes. And I know I'm using a smaller vase here, so I'm going to kind of start thinking about that. And then the other thing is, just because it comes like a bunch like this, you don't want to use it that way. So start, picking pieces apart. And the other thing that we're going to show you in just a little bit, like that little cake there. How much did that cost us, Emily, that cake? It's $4, okay? So we're gonna show you how to make it look like you spent a lot of money on that cake. Sometimes just coming in with some real florals, or actually something that came in the $6 bouquet could work as well. So what we're gonna do, we'll finish these and we'll show you how they turn out, but let's show you the cake. When you plop, yeah, you think we should go, I think we should like do it so it just we just have that there. Because let's be honest, you know, at a family function, sometimes they'll have cake, sometimes they won't, but they sure like to look at it. So, you know, when you're making your centerpieces or you're making those nice little, yeah, you just come in and, you know, look at that.
Perfect. Every day is a holiday now.
You know, every day is a holiday, right? And it's like, oh, that's, you know, and also do that in your place settings. Have you guys seen that where you have your napkins and you can come in with the ring? You can make a ring for your napkins and put a little piece of the berry stuff that we found in the parking lot. Mm-hmm. Did you pull all that out that you got? Yeah. So see, that's really nice. You can use some of that stuff too.
Yeah, and these just came straight from the parking lot.
But we won't make you sit here and suffer through it, but just remember to think about sizing, make sure it's presentable all the way around, and just using containers that you have at home, and I think you'll be super pleased with how it turns out. So, did we do people a service today? I mean, we gave them the best nog, or in this case, Rob, the chocolate custard. He knew it would win. We're showing you how to tote your stuff. We're showing you how to plate items just to make it look like you're really proud that your guests are there, and that's what it's about. This show has been about stopping and appreciating the small moments, and then also realizing all that we're capable of doing in life, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. So, was that it? Is that good? All right. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Stop. I got it. You ready? Yeah. With the pinky, hang on.
You gotta make that sipping noise.
It was awesome. You guys are very inviting, and I hope I didn't blow it too bad. Thank you. Yeah, no,
what's your favorite play that you've ever seen?
Oh my gosh, a play. I haven't been to near as many as I want to go to, but I will never forget the one I experienced in New York. It was Legally Blonde. I was like 13, and it was like the first experience I've ever had being in a theater, and it was amazing. I'll never forget it.
Jeez. You know, for me, it was probably, what was it, Dolly back in the day? Hello, Dolly. I remember as a kid thinking that was really good, and you're doing your head like this because you're like, man, that was a long time ago. But I enjoyed that. They performed it at my school, and it was the big theater department, and then I've since seen it done by, let's say, another level of professionals, and I really enjoyed that.
Went to see The Lion King at the Fox Theater in St. Louis. That was insane. Beautiful. The visuals, the sound, top tier.
This camera and I share the same posture,